Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy JC here with a video on the highlights, and the review and all the beautiful things of rugby. I'm touching down the first game of big game of the weekend, and possibly the most eventful and dominating performance of the weekend. Okay. Wales vs South Africa, Cardiff Principality Stadium. Scoreline 52-60. Young Wales side going down to South Africa. South Africa dominated this young Wales side, but there are a few things that we still need to work on. We are 3 weeks out from the World Cup. Okay. The game got off to a very shaky start, early start already. Cheslin Colby got tackled in the air, and South Africa took the penalty to touch and took a line out. Beautiful first try, Mr. Captain Fantastic Sia Khaleesi, crossing sending Boks over for a try in the 4th minute off a great line-up ball. Okay, and we took a ball a bit wide. That's one thing I enjoyed about the game. We used our backline more, but we still dominated up front. Marks going over, the conversion was missed. South Africa taking an early 5-0 lead in the 4th minute. But now, after that try was scored, we took this lead and then we gave away penalties. So we were penalised in the 8th minute. Wales got their first 3 points in the 8th minute. Peter Steph du Toit got caught offside, and Koslow quickly took back 3 points from our lead. Then we put on a dominant scrum, get a scrum penalty in our favour, and guess what? We missed. Score remained 5-3, and then we were penalised for not rolling away, and Wales took a 6-5 lead in the 19th minute. And I'd say that's all she wrote for the Welsh. After that, it was all South Africa. Kane Moody scored a great try of great backline play, and of 9 phases, and the ball then went wide, and great backline movement. Moody goes over. Kenan Moody goes over. Mani Lobok converts. Gets a rare conversion. Score suddenly 12-6. Again, South Africa then at the restart, just after this beautiful try, say penalised for obstruction after restart. Now here's a statistic that stands out for me, and it's a concerning factor. At this point, we conceded 5 penalties. Of those 5, 3 were kickable penalties. That's a concerning factor we need to look at, especially going into the World Cup. Suddenly Wales take again 3 points from us and scores 9-12 in South Africa's favour. Then something really rare happened. We scored. This is where it hit the fan for the Welsh. SA were given a penalty try, a controversial one. I don't think this should have been a penalty try. Rio Dye did hit the ball out, no doubt about it, but at least a yellow card, because that wouldn't have been a try. If you look at the replay, Kane Moody would not have scored there. He actually lost the ball forward. Moody lost the ball forward. If Rio Dye didn't touch that ball, it would have been a knock-on, and it would have been we would have gotten a penalty, though. I mean, we were playing advantage here. But Rio Dye, yellow carded. Penalty try at this point, the scores 19-12. A minute later, in the 34th minute, this shouldn't have been a try, gents. This was a lucky try. Creel scores a try. Wales make a mess of a box kick. We get the ball, we pass the ball down the line. Dear Lendy then grabs the ball. Mason Grady gets the ball. And then he loses the ball into Jesse Creel's hand, and Creel's able to go over for a try. And the try was converted. South Africa suddenly have a 24-9 lead going into half time. Okay. Sorry. 24-9 lead. Okay. Then in the 40th minute, the second half hasn't started yet. Siya Kolisi leaves the field. Look, you know what? He had a great 40. I mean, he contributed to our try, to the first try of the match. Then, as in the 52nd minute, now, I feel for Wales here. Wales started getting go-forward ball. And then, Peter Steph du Toit intercepts the ball. We're literally 3 meters away from our own try line. Peter Steph du Toit intercepts the ball, and he runs. Sees he's not going to make any passes the ball to Creel. And Creel scores a real great gimme try. Both Creel's tries were actually lucky tries, you know. Both Creel's tries were lucky tries. Look, Creel had a great game. No doubt about it. Wonderful game, you know. As the try gets converted, 31 minutes. Try gets converted, scores 31-9. Okay. Floodgates open. Peter Steph du Toit in the 58th minute. Peter Steph du Toit scores yet. Now this is something. Our scrums dominated in this match. We dominated on the scrum. We dominated the lineouts. You get what I'm saying? You know, this was a true. And then we added a bit of vrpa to our play with the back line. Okay. Peter Steph du Toit scores a try off another great line-out ball. Line-out set up a beautiful platform here. Try gets converted, 38-9. Okay. 2 minutes later, Kane Moody scores yet another try. Now, it's a second intercept try of this match, okay? And actually second in the half. Okay, 8 minutes after the first intercept try. A concern that Wales would need to look into is their passing. They're passing too long, okay? Especially against the South African side with this rush defense. You get what I'm saying? Okay? As try gets converted, Kane Moody, the score, Mon Lubbock converts the try, scores 45-9. Okay? Now, that is a hiding. Okay? 8 minutes later, Damian Willemse scores a try off a dominant forward play. Then we dominated up front. Pass up forwards. And then we get the ball to Kane Moody. And Moody does a beautiful pass to Damian Willemse. Damian Willemse scores, and the try gets converted. 52-9. Okay. 2 minutes later, Damian Willemse gets a yellow card for a high tackle. Okay. I have a feeling that here's my conspiracy, that is going to open the door for either Laquania M or Andre Pollard to come in because of Damian Willemse also getting a bit of an injury. I think they're going to sell that for Pollard to come in. Okay. 72 on the 72nd minute, Wales get a consolation try, and it gets converted by Costello. Scores 52-16. Look, it wasn't a competitive match, but it was definitely one of the more watchable games between South Africa and Wales. Now, a lot of our games against the Welsh have been forward-dominated, boring, tactical chess match. This wasn't a and whereas this was just, 30 men on the field running that ball, look, we dominated, but it was also good to see Wales use some wide ball as well, okay? I don't think this is going to happen in the World Cup for the Welsh, Look, I don't see Wales get out the pool stage. I see Fiji beating the Welsh. Okay? In the last few weeks, Fiji have looked much better than Wales. Okay? In the World Cup warm-ups, Fiji looked decent against the French. Yeah. I don't see Wales getting past Fiji here. Might not even get past the Georgians. Wales may need to even get may even need to play qualifiers for the 2027 World Cup. With that said, look, this was also a young Welsh team. Okay? There's an old rugby saying that says, don't write off a Welsh team, don't write off an English team. Okay? I'm going to just stick to that. But personally, Wales can't go into the World Cup on this form. They have absolutely no confidence. Where South Africa will take this confidence into Friday's match against the Kiwis. I'd love to see this team. I'll be brutally honest. It's not because of the dominance that we put on a young Welsh team. But, make a change here and there in the team, but base your team against All Blacks on this side. That's what I'd like to see. I'd love to see how... But then again, it has to also be a strong All Black side. Look, I'm not saying that there's any significance to this match at Twickenham, because there isn't none. There is no significance. No block points, no place in a semi or a quarter or a final, nothing on the line. It's just a World Cup warm-up, okay? All Blacks are... But I personally can't see the All Blacks sending a strong side against the Boks on Friday. Because, 2 weeks, 14 days after that match, he's play a World Cup opener against France. Okay? But, I would love to see this team play together one more game. Possibly, yeah. Because this is one of the strongest 15s starting lineups that we had. We just need a reliable kicker. Yeah. Alright, guys. Please follow my YouTube page. Comment your thoughts and like my video if you enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. I'll see you with the next game. My next one will be a review and an opinion on the Ireland-England game. Cheers.